In 2023, boxing reminded the world why it's called the hurt business. From Las Vegas to Tokyo, London to Sydney, fighters didn't just win, they erased opponents with precision, fury, and timing that bordered on art. Terence Crawford's masterclass over Spence, Gervonta Davis's body shot brilliance, and Junto Nakatani's chilling final round bomb all proved one truth. One perfect punch can rewrite an entire career. Whether it was veterans reclaiming glory or rising stars breaking through with savage intent, every knockout this year carried its own story of power, pride, and pure adrenaline. These weren't just finishes, they were turning points that defined 2023 inside the ropes. Terence Crawford, TKOs, Errol Spence Jr. The undisputed welterweight championship clash, years in the making, finally delivered domination. Spence started aggressively, trying to impose his size and jab. But Crawford's counter-punching brilliance took over from round 2, when a clean right hook dropped Spence for the first time. By round 7, Crawford was walking Spence down, dropping him twice more with surgical precision. In round 9, after another barrage of pinpoint shots, the referee stepped in. Crawford became the first undisputed champion of the four-belt era in 2 weight classes, an all-time performance. Gervonta Davis KOs Ryan García, 7th round knockout. 2 undefeated stars collided in boxing's biggest event of the year. Ryan Garcia's lightning speed met Gervonta Tank Davis's explosive power under the Vegas lights. In round 2, Davis dropped García with a short left hand, shifting momentum immediately. García tried rallying, but in round 7, Davis feinted high and landed a perfectly placed body shot that folded García to a knee. He couldn't beat the count. The sold-out crowd erupted as Tank Davis sealed his superstar status with one of the most replayed KOs of 2023. Alexis Rocha KOs George Ashie, 7th round knockout. A WBO NABO welterweight clash that quickly turned into a one-sided beatdown. Rocha dominated from the start, using body shots and uppercuts to break Ashie's guard. By the middle rounds, Ashie was absorbing heavy punishment but refused to go down. Then in round 7, Rocha landed a massive right hook that sent Ashie crashing to the canvas. The knockout was as clean as they come, Rocha signaling his readiness for a world title shot. Anthony Joshua KOs Robert Helenius, 7th round knockout. A last-minute replacement opponent turned into a highlight reel moment for the former 2-time champ. Joshua boxed patiently behind the jab, shaking off ring rust as Helenius tried to counter from range. Then, in round 7, Joshua unleashed a thunderous right cross that landed flush, instantly flooring Helenius. The Finnish veteran lay motionless as Joshua calmly walked to his corner, mission accomplished. The emphatic KO reignited Joshua's confidence and set up his long-awaited clash with Deontay Wilder. Liam Smith TKOs Chris Eubank Jr., 10th round stoppage. A heated British grudge match that exploded into a shocking finish. Eubank Jr. came in confident, hands low, relying on his athleticism and chin. But Smith's relentless pressure and bodywork paid off in round 10. A short left uppercut followed by a flurry pinned Eubank on the ropes and sent him crashing to the canvas. He rose unsteady, only for Smith to unload again, forcing the stoppage and one of the biggest domestic upsets of the year. Mauricio Lara KOs Leigh Wood, 7th round knockout. AWB, a featherweight title fight that flipped in an instant. Wood boxed beautifully early, controlling distance and rhythm through the first half. But in round 7, Lara unleashed a counter left hook that detonated on Wood's jaw. The Nottingham crowd went silent as Wood crashed down, unable to recover. It was a stunning comeback knockout, crowning Lara champion and one of 2023's most shocking finishes. Zhilei Zhang KOs Joyce, 3rd round knockout. The rematch came after Zhang's surprise stoppage win earlier that year, and this time he left no doubt. Joyce, known for his iron chin, pressed forward again, but Zhang's timing and southpaw power were sharper than ever. In round 3, a massive right hook crashed into Joyce's jaw, sending him collapsing to the canvas. The referee waved it off immediately as the crowd gasped in disbelief. Zhang retained the WBO interim heavyweight title and solidified himself as one of the division's most dangerous punchers. Tszyu KOs Carlos Ocampo in 1st round knockout. A WBO interim junior middleweight title defense that ended before it even began. Tszyu, fighting in his native Australia, entered determined to make a statement after multiple fight postponements. Ocampo tried to press early, but Tszyu's timing and precision were lethal. Less than 2 minutes in, a blistering right hand followed by a savage left hook dropped Ocampo hard. The referee immediately waved it off, an explosive 1st round finish that cemented Tszyu as a legitimate threat to the undisputed crown. Diego Pacheco TKOs Jack Cullen, 4th round stoppage. A coming-of-age performance for the young American super middleweight prospect. Cullen tried to use his jab and range early, but Pacheco's composure and power broke through. In round 4, a devastating right hand floored Cullen, followed by a relentless follow-up attack that forced the stoppage. Pacheco celebrated his biggest win yet, capturing the WBO international title and proving his knockout power was world-class. Artur Beterbiev TKOs Anthony Yarde, 8th round stoppage. One of the year's most punishing light heavyweight wars. Yarde came in strong, matching Beterbiev's aggression and even finding success with counterhooks in the middle rounds. But the champion's relentless pressure and granite power began to wear Yarde down. In round 8, Beterbiev connected with a devastating right hand that sent Yarde staggering, followed by a precise flurry that forced the corner to intervene. Beterbiev retained his unified titles, proving once again why every one of his wins ends by stoppage. David Morrell KOs Yamaguchi Falcao, 1st round knockout. A showcase turned into a statement of pure violence. Morrell, the unbeaten Cuban phenom, wasted no time defending his WBA regular super middleweight title. Just seconds into the opening round, he landed a booming straight right that shook Falcao to his core. Moments later, a brutal combination crumpled the challenger against the ropes, forcing the referee's stoppage. The destruction lasted barely 3 minutes, Morrell announcing himself as one of the sport's most dangerous young champions. Kosei Tanaka KOs Pablo Carrillo, 10th round knockout. A high-speed, high-skill firefight for Tanaka's regional super flyweight crown. Carrillo came to fight, landing body shots and testing Tanaka's resilience through the middle rounds. But Tanaka's accuracy and volume began breaking Carrillo down piece by piece. In round 10, Tanaka uncorked a strong right hook that sent Carrillo stumbling around the ring in dramatic fashion. It was a definitive late-round finish that reaffirmed Tanaka's comeback toward another world title run. David Benavidez TKOs Demetrius Andrade, 6th round stoppage. A super middleweight showdown between two undefeated fighters with elite skill sets. Andrade started sharp, using slick movement and angles to frustrate Benavidez early. But once Benavidez began cutting off the ring, the momentum shifted violently. By round 5, his body shots and uppercuts had Andrade visibly wilting. After another punishing barrage in round 6, Andrade's corner stopped the fight, cementing Benavidez's reputation as one of the most fearsome finishers in the sport. Subriel Matias TKOs, Jeremias Ponce, 5th round stoppage. A battle for the vacant IBF junior welterweight title that turned into a brutal war of attrition. Ponce opened fast, throwing over 100 punches per round, forcing Matias to fight off the ropes. But Matias's composure and power began taking their toll as Ponce slowed down. In round 5, a savage series of hooks and uppercuts left Ponce unable to continue between rounds. The corner stopped it, crowning Matias champion and reaffirming his reputation as one of boxing's most relentless pressure fighters. Brian Mendoza KOs Sebastian Fundora, 7th round knockout. A stunning comeback and one of the year's most shocking knockouts. Fundora, the 6'6" southpaw, dominated early, peppering Mendoza with jabs and uppercuts. But in round 7, Mendoza turned the fight with a single, perfect left hook, followed by a right cross that dropped Fundora face first. The referee didn't bother to count. It was over. The upset knockout instantly went viral, earning Mendoza global recognition and Knockout of the Year consideration. When the dust settled, 2023 stood as a year ruled by impact, the kind that ends fights, shifts legacies, and makes highlight reels eternal. From Crawford's domination to Mendoza's miracle comeback, these moments captured boxing's most primal magic, the split second when skill meets destruction. Titles changed hands, contenders became champions, and fans were reminded that no sport delivers closure quite like this one. Every knockout told a story, and every fallen fighter became part of a legend in motion. In a year of thunderous endings, one thing was certain: boxing's heart still beats strongest when the lights go out.